Cheers! Welcome to my channel. This is a daily tarot oracle reading, Tattle Tales from the Vector. My goal is to provide valuable information to empower you. Keep in mind this is a collective or general reading, so parts may or may not resonate with you. Just take what works for you, leave the rest. And this is also a timely reading, meaning if you're watching it at this time, it is the perfect time for you. Having said that, if it's been a while since I posted this, what was going on in your life back then? That could give you further clarity as to your situation now. We're going to begin with the underlying energy from the bottom of the deck. And we have the Nine of Pentacles. So the Nine of Pentacles represents pre-Empress energy. And what I mean by that is in the minor arcana of the tarot, there are 4 queens. And in the major arcana, there is the Empress. And the Empress energy is all 4 queens rolled into one person. And so this is someone who's approaching, having lived and had enough life experience that they are approaching like that pre-status of being an Empress. So this is really powerful energy. The Nine of Pentacles, in the tarot, the Pentacles represent health, wealth, and happiness. A big part of that, of course, in the 3D world, you need money. Having said that, you could have all the money in the world and still not be living the lifestyle that you wish you were living. And this card represents like the 9. If you've ever heard of Nikola Tesla, the genius, he would talk a lot about, if you ever knew the power of the 369, then you would have the key to the universe. And I feel like this always reminds me of him. This is kind of like a ratio. This person has learned, okay, I have to keep my hand on 6 pentacles. Like she has 9, and this is the ratio she keeps. I keep my hand on 6 of them so that I know that I always have enough to look after the needs of my family, the needs of my businesses, in case there's something breaks down, I have the money in place for that. And then these other 3 here, one might be used for, more risky ventures, to invest in. And maybe the other one is charity, and the other one is just a slush fund in case family members need some help or something. So there's always that money there. The falcon represents the foresight to be able to have the big picture, so that you're always making sure that you have what you need, so you can keep producing, so that you can empower the people around you. And that's it's a learning curve that a lot of people, we have to learn when we come to the planet, is how much time, money, and energy are we going to invest in others, and who are we going to invest it in, and what do we want in return, and what is fair, that kind of energy. So we have the Ace of Cups, and the Ace of Cups is a gift from the divine. So maybe this person has, all the pentacles, but they don't have the love, because now all of a sudden, this is if you have a lot of pentacles, but you don't have any love in your life, you don't have to share, anyone to share it with. So this Ace of Cups is a gift from the divine. It's coming in, and it's talking about wanting to have a partner that is really going to be supportive, that you feel passionate about, and they love you and you love them, and really good companionship. And so the dove here represents that peaceful life, and then the cup is overflowing. It refills itself. So this energy is talking. It's about a love that never, it lasts forever. And we have also, you'll notice these little lilies starting to grow here, and this represents that out of the mud sometimes the most beautiful flowers grow. Do you want to come up? This is my cat Stella, and her job you were sound asleep. She was sound asleep in the other room, but she discovered I'm doing a reading, so she likes to be here for them. So her job is to purr, so she's just going to settle down now. Yeah, you're already purring, good girl. A cat's purr raises the vibration to a very high healing rate vibration. So that's her job. She's already at it. I don't know if you can hear her because I have a noise canceling mic on. All right, you be good girl now. Yeah, I love you too. Yeah, you're a good girl. I'm sorry I started without you. All right. King of Cups. This is about, so it looks like there's a King of Cups interested in delivering this cup of love. And so it looks like he's been sitting in some turbulent water here, and he's waiting until maybe it calms down. The turbulent water in the tarot represents volatile emotions, mixed emotions, that kind of energy. But the King the King of Cups, sorry, is known to be the most emotionally available of all the kings, because he is really in charge of his emotions. He has really good control of them. He's learned how to master that. And so this energy makes him very stable as a love partner. And he has his right foot forward. He's ready to deliver this cup, but he's waiting until the time is right. And when the opportunity comes and the time is right, he has his eye on someone, and he doesn't feel the time is right as of yet. And then we have the Two of Wands, and the Two of Wands represents the wands represent passion, and they represent the element of fire. And so they're made of wood, because wood feeds fire. And this energy, this person is standing at the top of his castle, at the turret, and he's overlooking his domain, and he's thinking, wow, I really have it all, except I'm missing maybe this one element here. And I really want to expand my horizons. I want that in my life. And how am I going to go about it? So he's thinking about it. And he has like this ball in the world, which represents that, he feels like he has the world in his hands, except for this one thing. And so he's looking for this energy. And so this might be the king's energy. And maybe the king has noticed you and is wanting to offer you a cup of love. Or maybe in this reading, you are the King of Cups and you notice someone, and you want to offer them a cup of love, whichever way it goes. And so this is talking about being a big fish in a little pond, like the fishbowl is becoming too small, and this person wants to expand their horizons. Sometimes this can even talk about wanting to, if you have a business, wanting to franchise it, or make your business grow, something that you're passionate about, wanting it to expand. And so, he has one wand planted here, and he's thinking about, should he go to distant shores? What should he do? Like, does he want to stay where he is? Or does he want to, or does he want to move on somewhere else? Or it could just be like wanting to go on a holiday or a trip or something like that. Or, as I said, maybe expand his business and maybe set up another location somewhere else. We have the Knight of Wands coming in, and he's also delivering passion. So he's running towards the king here in this energy. And so the knights would work for the king and the queen and the rest of the court. They would deliver messages far and wide. And, in the old days, they only had, the only way that you would deliver information from one kingdom to the other was to have it delivered in person. And so it would take a long time, because he would have to ride his horse all the way there, wait for the answer, and then ride all the way back. And so nowadays, this communication coming in could be, a letter in the mail. It could be a phone call, a text message. It could be an email. And, you could go on social media, and there's a message there for you. Or you see an event and you decide, oh, I'm going to go attend that. And then you do, and you run into someone like that. Turns out to be an amazing connection. Also, we can get a lot of information from the news, because whatever is happening at the top of the news is also happening below. As above, so below. So this is usually a message about something you're passionate about, or, having passion for love. And this is the rebel with a cause. Now, he has a big red plume on the back of his hat here, representing that he can be very impulsive and maybe has a bit of a temper, but he has learned to rein that energy in. And because of that, like his horse is in control. He's in control of the situation here. And the pyramids in the background represent his desire to explore and to be in this energy of free-spirited energy. Now on February the 17th, we actually had the Chinese New Year, and we moved into the year of the fiery horse energy. And this describes the fiery horse energy to a T. So for the year of 2026, you know, it's a really good idea not to get into impulsive energy, and also to be careful of how much you put on your plate, that you know, to do on your to-do list, because this energy makes you want to like tackle the whole world all at once, and it can cause burnout, because you know, kind of like burning the candle at both ends kind of energy. So those are being too impulsive, and being you know, burning yourself out by tackling too much at one time can be the two major dangers of this year, you know, with the fire horse energy. And then we have the Chariot coming in. So the Chariot is representing the fact that you're on your divine path. This information that came in may be saying to the king, okay, she's ready. You know, bringing some information to the king saying, yeah, like whatever the situation is, that you could contact her now. And maybe that's what he was waiting to hear. And that's why he's out here. And we have, so this is talking about someone who's on their divine path, and this is the Chariot. And so when the Chariot shows up, it shows that you are on the path that you need to be on, and that it's coming in. It's already, it's on the way in the spiritual world, and it's coming down to earth. And so this, there's no reins on here. This just moves forward on its own steam. Dunk, 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 like a tank. It just runs everything over if it has to, but it gets you to where you need to go, to be where you need to be, basically. And we have the energy of Temperance. Temperance is talking about having to have the patience when you're on your divine path. This is your path of glory, represented by the sun on the hill here, and that is representing God. And a lot of people feel that this is the Earth Angel card. In the Bible, it says that God sent 144,000 angels down to earth, and those angels are in human form, and they are here to alchemize their energy with the universal energy, to create a more beautiful world and bring some fairness into the world. And you can see that she has her foot in the waters of the universal waters, her right foot, and she is mixing her own special blend of her unique qualities. And are you being a pain in the butt, Stella? Come on, sit down. Sorry. She's got happy feet, and so she's going in circles on my lap, like she's really in the zone now. Okay, so we've got her left foot is grounded on land here. So it's talking about bringing this beauty down to earth. And look at, there's flowers already blooming where her foot lands. It's that kind of energy. And then we have the Nine of Swords. So the Nine of Swords represents an energy. This can be like a never-ending nightmare that you're caught up in. Sometimes it can just be like very stifling boredom, like you just want to change kind of energy, sort of like here. But this is talking about you know, waking up in the wee hours and not being able to sleep because you're having the same dream over and over again, or the same old shift is happening and you really want to get out of that cycle. And it's also talking about, it can be talking about getting some sort of insight in the wee hours of the morning, generally between 2 and 4 a.m. That's when that happens. And this energy is talking about you know, like maybe possibly trying to remember a dream, because quite often that information will come to us in the form of dreams. Sometimes our ancestors do contact us through our dreams as well. And this blanket on the bed has like cosmic symbols on it, because it's saying that the universe does have you covered. And look at this. If I feel like this was enlightenment of some sort, okay, this is what you need to do. Because for whatever reason, someone seems to be in like chaotic waters, or like, you know, having a lot of emotion about something. And so to have this, maybe you had a dream or something and you're, okay, I'm going to implement that. And this is talking, the Ten of Cups is talking ultimate fulfillment in you know, in your lifestyle. So this is talking about having everything you love, everything being absolutely perfect, except for, you know, a perfectly imperfect world, right? So as perfect can be in an imperfectly perfect world. And that's from going off to calmer waters to get out of this water now. You need to confer with God and get that energy. And that's, I feel, is what's happening, is that's what you're in the process of doing right now. That's why the Chariot is here now. And the alchemy is happening. And now it's like, okay, this is talking about, this conveyor has this long pole because he has to dig deep to get into this rough water here. He has to really dig deep to get the boat moving, to bring it into the calmer waters. And this is talking about all the thoughts that you have. And the figure this is an adult with a young child, and they don't have any baggage. So quite often I feel this represents your inner child and inner healing that you need to do so that you can be in a place where you're open to receiving. Like there's like this abundance here. This is generational wealth, like a legacy of wealth. There's only 10 pentacles available in the tarot, and this is 9. We have like the ultimate fulfillment when it comes to love and everything. And you're being offered a cup of love here at the beginning of the reading. So get your shift together. That kind of energy. And yeah, there's a lover coming in, sent by God. There's the sun there. And so this is talking about, someone's coming into your life after you heal from this. And it's talking about, the perfect, like not just a really good companion and someone that loves you, but someone that you're very passionate about. And also this cloud in the middle represents, you may never have met this person as of yet, but they're on this, this could be the King of Cups here, or, I feel like the King of Cups is possibly you, but it could be someone coming towards you who is a King of Cups. And so this energy is saying, you might not know this person, or you might know them, but you didn't date them before. That's what I feel the clouds in between here represent. It means you don't know the person that well. It's not like someone from your past. It could be someone you know or know of, but it's not someone that you've had a relationship with. That I don't get that energy. And then we have that at this time you have a strong foundation for moving forward. You have it. This is saying this card actually shows 3 levels of making money. You have safe money here. This is talking about a strong foundation here, but this is like not a lot of money to waste kind of energy. And then going after your heart's desires, so having enough to do that. And then your crowning glory, and your crowning glory is this path here. So this is talking about you've been patient, and now everything that you need is being sent into you because you're going to be with the right partner, and the two of you will support each other in moving forward. And you'll notice, see how this person here is sitting right on this card, and this card, he has his back to the city because he's thinking of moving from, making a move to somewhere else. So maybe the King of Pentacles is you here, or sorry, the King of Cups is you, or it could be the King of Cups is wanting to approach you, and he is thinking, I'm going to leave the city that I'm in, and that's why he has his back to it. I'm going to leave my comfort zone and come forward and make this offer. That's the kind of energy it feels like. And so this card sometimes can say, make sure you don't sell yourself short. You are worthy of all this bounty that's coming in, so don't doubt it. And also this can talk about playing small, that you're used to, like, oh, it's that's not for me, that must be for someone else. Claim it. Claim it. Say it's mine. I want my crowning glory. And and this is talking about in the past being breadcrumbed a little bit here, because the energy here is talking about someone who is looking at all the work that they put into these pentacles. There's 6 of them, and they've only got this out of it. And you see here, this energy here, this is like she has her hand on this 6 of Pentacles, and she has 3 when she has 6. So it's kind of saying like he's short 2 big pentacles here. And so that means, and he's confused, like, should I stay working on this project, or should I stop now and just take what I have from it, which is only this 1 pentacle, because it seems like it's not working out. It seems like it's not adding up to anything. And that's the decision, trying to make that decision of in that energy there. And then we have the victory card coming in. And so this is saying, because, the wands represent action. And so this is talking about being in some sort of battle. And it could be like, this is representing a competition where it could be a battle, like an actual battle, and coming back victorious. This card is saying victory, woohoo! And this person is victorious because they were able to rein in their emotions. You can see the horse isn't fighting her at all. And the horse can tell, oh no, I can trust this rider. She knows what she's doing. And this is talking about being a strong leader. And these people in the back here, they may have one point been like even your competition, or they could be like just disgruntled with your energy, but they have to admit that you have been victorious here, and that you are a strong leader, and that they would follow you because they know that you'll make good, strong choices, even if they don't really like you that much, is the energy that's coming in. And so here is another reward coming in, and this is about having the passion now. So this first row is talking basically what's going on. And then it's talking about the tools that you have and the obstacles you're going to face. And then now we're moving into, do you have the courage to go after what you really want? And so this is a passion for new discovery. This is talking about embracing all the new energy, letting go of anything that doesn't suit you anymore, any old energy that's holding you back. And then we have this card coming in, the Three of Pentacles. So it's saying that now you are at a point right now, don't sell yourself short, because you're at a point right now where a lot of times this happens, like if someone has a special talent and, it comes really easily to you because it's just, you were gifted with that talent. A lot of times, a lot of people who are gifted like that don't really understand how valuable they really are and what their gift really is. Like it seems like, oh, it's so easy for me. You think it's easy for everyone, but it's not. And so this energy is talking about people are starting to notice that you're mastering your skill set. And this energy is saying, hey, we want to collaborate with you. So this is awesome energy. It's talking about wanting, people noticing you. So like if you were wanting to get into professional sports, this could represent scouts coming out and saying, hey, would you like to play for our team? If you're, in the entertainment industry, it could be, a musician, and hey, the record producers want to sign you up for a deal. If you're an actor or an actress, the energy is, oh yeah, you're going to this director wants you in this big film, and it's you're going to get the leading role. That kind of energy. If you're an artist, there's a big a gallery in New York, and they want to hang your paintings and sell them there. That's the kind of energy I'm talking about. So it's a special skill, and it's saying that you have, there's a lot of people wanting to collaborate with you right now, and you need to be very careful that you're in that the people that you collaborate with are in alignment with what you want, how you want your life to go. Because as I said, you can, some of these offers might have more money involved, but there may be you have to move to a place where it's cold and you don't like the cold, and you have another offer where it's in Florida and it's really nice and warm, but it's even hot actually, but you enjoy the beaches and that kind of energy, then it's a little bit less money, but it's what you want. Or maybe you have family close, and you have you just got married and have a new baby on the way, and you want to be closer to family. It's those kinds of situations that determine whether we're going to enjoy what we're doing, because the lifestyle will suit what we want. And so sometimes this is talking about you being in an elevated position and recognizing that, and making sure that you take a hold of the energy and that you define the terms under which you are going to work. This card sometimes for me represents secret society energy, like because this is a stonemason and they're interested in his work. This is like my Freemason card. It doesn't have to be Freemasons. It could be any secret society. But the things about secret societies is that they have their own rules and rituals and handshakes and secrets and whatever. That's why they're called the secret society. And the energy is like they expect you to put the needs of the group before everything else, before your spouse, before your children, before anything. And so that kind of energy, this could represent, a church, a religion. It could be a lot of things. But just keeping in mind that when, to make sure that whatever you sign yourself to, it could be like a situation too, like where they want you to work 60 hours a week and you don't want to work 60 hours a week. You only want to work 40, that kind of energy. We have the Four of Swords. So the Four of Swords is saying, okay, I need to really think about this decision I'm making. And because this other energy is coming in at the same time. Now, is this going to be where you move to, is where you meet someone? That could be. And so this person has decided, okay, I'm going to go meditate and I'm going to pray and I'm going to figure out, feel for the answer instead of thinking about it. So he hangs his mind on the wall. This is representing your subconscious mind, your unconscious mind, and your conscious mind. So your subconscious mind is pretty much wrapped up by the time you're about 6 or 7. It's pretty much imprinted on you for the rest of your life. And that's because when we're babies, we are like sponges. We absorb our environment and, what the people around us who are in charge of our care, we really take on their energy a lot. And then that's heavily imprinted us well into our adulthood. And when we get triggered by something, we tend to rely on that subconscious mind. But when you really think about it, you don't really remember much of that time, like especially when you're a baby. And yet that's what forms who you are at that time. And it's the thoughts of the people who are in charge of your care. So it's not the most reliable mind, to use when you're making big life decisions. You might make a decision that your mom and dad would make and then really regret it because you're nothing like your mom and dad, but you are imprinted with that. So the unconscious mind is the needs that the soul has. And if the needs of the soul are not met, then the the unconscious mind can become very loud and not be like in sync with the rest of what you're doing. And so a lot of people will say, I'm a human being with a soul, but it would be more accurate to say you are a soul traveling in a human body, and this is your vehicle for navigating through the planet. And then we have the conscious mind, and this is what you have a handle on. This is your own memories, and you've been there and you've seen that basically. And so this is hanging all of the minds on the wall there and getting them to come together so you're at peace in your head, basically. There's a stained glass window here, and on this stained glass window is the word Pax. And Pax represents peace of mind here. And then we have, oh no, see, this is the energy that follows. Yeah, there's something to do with this energy that could be disruptive in your life. And it's also sitting on this lover energy. And, it's what I feel like what this is saying is this might be a really tempting offer, but it's not really the best offer for you for some reason. And so this is, it could ruin this energy here. And then you would be more in this energy. And so you would be under this energy instead of being in this energy. So when the Devil card comes up, it represents temptation. And basically these lovers are yoked to each other and then they are chained to Saturn's box. And this devil is hunched over that box. And this is representing animal instinct. So what's between these two people is more like lust. And you notice here, the cloud is gone from the lovers here. You see that? So the difference in the energy. And the cloud is gone, and because it's not like what they don't know about each other that's between them, but look at the devil's actually in between them. And so this is talking about basically selling your soul to the devil, basic energy. You hear about that a lot, in that people do that to obtain like real, high status in society. So this energy is saying that this is more about lust than it is about love. So being aware of that energy if you're under this. So what I do when this card comes up, you're not going to get the truth from the devil. The devil's very manipulative, and the devil will just tell you what you want. So I take the next card and cover him to see what, what minion is he going to send in, or what's it about, and does God step in and stop it? And we have here, okay, so this is talking about having choice here. And so the Fool is either going to go on a foolhardy journey here. A foolhardy journey is when you're with God, or the Fool's going to go on a foolish path, which would be with the devil. Let's do another card and just see if we can get a sense. This is the back and forth, the temptation. I've never done this before. Yeah, so it's going up to be with God again. So this is talking, the hermit goes up to the top of the mountain, isolates himself again, and sits with God and gets the information they need to make sure that they're staying on their divine path. Then they come down and then they take action. So this is saying that the energy in this reading is choosing to go on God's path and not the devil's path. Whew. And then this energy is launched and conception has occurred. And so this is the energy. Okay, now you're on the path again, for sure here. You've turned down this offer. You're now on this path here. And maybe it has created a bit of a nightmare for you, though, because they're not pleased with the fact that you turned them down. And sometimes this energy can be very aggressive that way. So, a lot of, I'm not going to get into all of there's so much, you could look it up yourself if you want, but it's just the requirements of the group are different from the requirements of you, what you want in your lifestyle. Let's put it to you that way. And so the conception occurs, and this has been launched now. You're on your divine path, and you've chosen to be foolhardy. And yeah. And this is after, like, I'm getting this was a very tempting offer. So this was after really hanging from the tree of knowledge upside down, looking at it from every angle, making sure you weren't just imagining things like, did I do the right thing here? This was such a good offer. It was almost too good to be true kind of energy. And then you decided, no, I'm going to go with a different offer, and I'm going to launch my energy into that. Yeah, and then this is the wounded warrior, and kind of like it's been a struggle. As this card is saying, to stay on your divine path can be challenging. It's a struggle because look at these 8 wands here that you launched. You managed to land them, but and you're leaning on the 9th, but it's been tiring and exhausting. So this could be the energy that you're overcoming to be able to step into like this, like to change location and go to new. This can be telling the story of what happened basically. And then, so this energy is saying like you've managed to do it, but it's not easy to stay on your divine path. A lot of the times it would be way easier just to give in to the temptation. A lot of people do because it's really hard to stay on your divine path. Like it's a challenge for sure. But in the end, what happens is you get like this energy where you have respect for your position. People know that you're on the up and up. And this is talking about having a lot of pentacles and being well respected for it. It's basically saying like the masculine version of this card coming through. The King of Pentacles is someone that would be in the banking industry, like really high up. It could be a chief financial advisor of a corporation. It could be the energy of, he's got all sorts of grapes on his robe here, and the grapes in tarot represent having being very good at what you do, because you're able to. Grapes are hard to grow, and they represent luxury. So it's that kind of energy. So people are looking up to you because they know, hey, you're a successful person. And then this information about pentacles comes in. So it's like the growth is really substantial here. I feel like this now is saying, I feel like when you're here, you are kind of in this energy, and now there's an offer coming in from the Knight of Pentacles, and this is a long, long time coming. The Knight of Pentacles is the slowest knight. His horse is at a standstill. Like, it's really annoying because you'll be waiting for information to come in and it takes forever. But when it does come in, it's a real solid offer. And so this is representing that. Sometimes this can represent someone that got lost on their way. And I feel like that's what this energy is about in here. But now, because you stayed on the path, you've got this new passion, and you're moving out of this energy, and now all the glory is coming in. You don't just have a strong foundation now. You have a real, you're pretty much in this energy and about to be in even more. Like, it's like the King of Pentacles now and the offer of another pentacle. And then we have the energy of the Ten of Swords coming in. So the Ten of Swords has been like the reason why this has been so challenging. There's some information coming in about this Pentacles, about why this has been so challenging for you. And this is behind your back. There was a lot of backstabbing energy, and you've been left here for unalive. And it looks like this could be like a decade of energy, or it could be like one person 10 times, or 10 people, or 10 groups of people collaborating to get you into this position. But you stood up and you managed to get through it, and you're coming through it with the promise of this energy because you stayed on your divine path, which was way harder to stay on than the path that the devil was offering you. But you did it. And your hand is in the form of a blessing, which is when the Hierophant is responsible for bringing justice down from the spiritual realm down to the physical. And so this energy is talking that this is a blessing in disguise in many ways. And you might not see it now, but when this information came in, it's telling you, oh, it wasn't, because in this energy, it's kind of like the wounded warrior starting to wonder, like, what am I doing wrong? Like, man, I'm doing everything I can to be on the straight and narrow here. I'm doing everything I'm supposed to, like, that I know of to do. And yet here I'm in this energy. What's with that? And I'm watching these other people who are, in all this doing all this shifty energy and stuff, and that, succeeding. And it seems like their life is so much easier. But then the Tower comes in. And this Tower is not for you. This Tower is for the energy behind this energy. And that's when the shift hits the fan kind of energy. So when the Tower hits, it's like kaboom. This energy is like, it seems like it's coming out of the blue, but when the truth comes out about situations, the Tower will hit, and it always is at the most inopportune time for the people that have caused the Tower. And so it'll take them by surprise. There's two people here falling out of this Tower, but one of them is totally shocked, and the other one is like, oh, I was wondering if this was going to happen. I kept on hoping this wasn't going to happen, that kind of energy. But the Tower has hit, lightning has struck, and so now these people are going to have to deal with this energy. This is being returned basically to them to deal with. It's no longer your problem. And that's the blessing in disguise. You are going to be, this is your energy here, receiving all these pentacles, like the lifestyle that you want, everything you want. And this is going to be them now. What they wished for you is now going to be what they receive. And yeah, and it's a battle. And then this energy is also saying here, when you went in and you quieted your mind here, and you disciplined your subconscious, unconscious, and conscious mind, and you put them, have all those three minds congruent with each other, and plug that into your heart, then you're going after your authentic desires, which is representing this row here. And so this energy of having to fight for anything and battle for anything, this is going to be their energy now. This is what they're going to have this inability to be at peace of mind, and having a lot of like having to watch their back all the time, wondering what's going on. And you're going to be in the star energy. And so this is on the wounded warrior. You're the one who is going to come out of that victorious. That's the energy coming in, because the truth always comes out eventually. And so this star energy is talking about following your North Star, your guiding light, using your intuition, and then very much like this energy, pouring your special quality into the pool, the universal pool, and then bringing that onto Earth. And look at, there's 5 streams there, and those 5 streams represent the point of the pentacle. And so the reason you're being bestowed this is because you've been on your path of glory, and that's when, like now that the truth has come out, these people are not going to have any power over you anymore. And as a matter of fact, they'll probably just, they're going to have their own problems that they need to deal with, and you'll be able to move into this energy fully. And with someone that you love. This is the promise. And look at, there we have it. We have this energy coming in, and there's someone who has their eye on you. The king has been waiting patiently, maybe has been watching this take place. Could even be from a distance. Someone that, because by the time people have done this, there's a lot of talk. And this is the weird part about it. When people get into this energy, for some reason, they like to brag about it, and they think it's like, oh, like so cool that they've done this to another person, and look at, we're going to get all, like, not just this, but we're going to, they have dollar signs, floating in their head. And so this is talking about an offer coming in from the king. He's sending this offer in now. Hey, I'd like to get together with you. And he knows that he's going to offer you a strong proposal here, but he wants you to know that he's on his way, basically. And so this is talking about, he knows there's plenty of fish in the sea, but he's very focused on you. So this would be like just hey, how are you doing? I heard you've been through this. Would you like to go out for supper kind of energy? I really would like to get to know you better, that kind of energy. And then this is now talking about the burdens that you have, this isn't burdens anymore now. This is talking about, because sometimes this card can represent your harvest coming home, that you are home and you're bringing your harvest home, and it's heavy harvest, but you don't mind because it's like laden with fruit. So this card can represent the energy of being carrying burdens from other people. And you notice here we have the same amount. For every sword now, you will be getting 10 times or 100 times over the fruit of your labors, and they will be in this energy. So it's talking about their burdens have turned into your harvest, basically. Really interesting, because when people push people to a level where they have to really have a high vibration and rise up to it, it makes them way stronger. And while they're getting stronger, this energy is getting weaker, because what they're doing is so weak. And they're not focusing on their own path, they're focusing on someone else's. And they're also getting in, like, this is someone that was destined, to be in this energy, to have this so that they could do God's work. So they're not really fighting you, they're fighting God. And so this is spiritual warfare. So that's the energy that's out. That's why it's been so exhausting. But this is saying the fruit, like you're home now, basically. The fruit is everything that you that used to be a burden or used to take a lot out of you is just going to be easy. So going from the bottom to the top and back down, we have this cup of love coming in. You being victorious, having new passion for life. You've been waiting and waiting to hear. You needed to hear about this pentacle, like whether or not this was coming through. And in the meantime, you've been feeling like down, like I don't know if I can hang in here anymore. But then this offer comes in from the king, and all of a sudden everything turns around, and what used to be burdens for you is now like a major harvest. You're like in your star energy. You're not fighting in your head anymore. You're in an energy like when you went and you learned how to quiet your mind and to discipline it. You have the freedom now to move forward. And so this energy here is no longer your energy. You're not wounded anymore. Now you're strong and you're bringing home your harvest, and it's a biggie. There's a lot of pentacles here. And then we have, having the understanding of like being able to be, when you have discipline of your mind, then you can wait and you can have the patience and have the temperance basically to be able to get in the right state of mind to go after what you really want. Not what other people want you to do or whatever, but what you really want, what's in your heart. And then that you launched it, like when you launched it, this is the energy, how it shifted. Boom, just like that. All of a sudden the chariot comes in and you have, the most fulfillment that you can have in a perfectly imperfect world. And this is from the enlightenment of source energy. So this is really like the promise coming through. It's really, really cool energy, but I'm not going to lie to you. It's been challenging. And I feel like a lot of people on the planet are in this place right now. A lot of people are feeling this. So I feel like this is more of a general collective reading than one specific person, but it could reflect a bunch of different people's energy. So just take out of it what represents your energy. I'm going to clarify this now for those of you who want it clarified. If you're satisfied with this and you're leaving the reading, please do give it a like and comment if you've enjoyed it, if you've gotten value out of it. I really do appreciate it. It helps me build my channel. And I'm going to clarify now with my cards, Tales from the Vector. And this is TAILS from the Vector. And I started this back in 2007. It's from the Intergalactic Federation of Light. I completed all 64 paintings in 2020. And now I'm working on bringing it out. But I'm working on the information that goes with it. And as you may have noticed, like what's on paper isn't always how it works out when you're in real life. So I want to play with the cards a little bit and then write up the book that goes with this so I can bring it out. In the description box below, I will have the numbers of the cards on these cards, and that's the number that they're listed in my gallery on my website. If you want to check it out, it'll be all in the description box below. I'll put them in the order that they appear here so you know which paintings are which. All right. And we have the sun coming out. So this is saying, yes, this is basically God's in control of this energy. So if you've been praying and saying like, oh, I just can't, I can't keep going. They say God never gives you more than you can take. Sometimes like it doesn't make sense. Like God's plan, it's not logical. It's like, because you don't see the big picture like God does. But quite often the reason why sometimes things take a long time is you might not even realize that what you're doing is way more important than you can even imagine. And it's not just about you. This could be an energy where the people involved in this have gotten away with this in the past, and they've done this to lots of people. And you've been sent in because God made you strong enough to be able to deal with it. This is talking about deception around you. So yeah, energy of people around you deceiving you. And then this is talking about the Empress energy. And this is talking pre-Empress. So I feel like this could be like the king definitely has his eye on this energy here. And so you could be this Empress energy, pre-Empress energy, and this by this time it's Empress. But this is talking about the king having his eye on you back here and watching this. I don't know how he might know of you, might have heard of you. You might have a platform, a social platform, some sort of energy like that. So it could be something to do with that. And then we have being mature enough to be married energy, the Libra energy. And this also has the scales of justice on it. So when horoscope cards come into my readings like this, I just want you to be aware. I'm not saying, oh, Libra did this, it's not that kind of energy. What it is, I'm talking about the state of being of each of the signs and what we can learn from them. We all have a little bit of every sign in us. The whole universe is available to all of us. And so Libra energy is when you're a mature enough adult that you can make really strong decisions of promises, commitments, that kind of energy. And you can, and even like this card, conception, can represent wanting to start a family and, conceiving actual babies. And so to get into that energy, it's a huge responsibility, and you need to be mature enough to be able to do a really good job of it. And this is also Libra, also the symbol for Libra is the scales of justice, weighing things out and being fair in your dealings in life. We have the moon energy coming in, and this is talking about pay attention to your dreams, especially full moon, new moon is when they're especially intuitive. But it's saying if the cycles of the moon, you can become very intuitive. And we just had those 2 eclipses. And actually, I'm going to be doing a reading after this. I'm going to start doing them for a bonus reading for the new moon coming up on the 18th of March here. We're moving into the new moon is going to be, the energy is going to be in Pisces. So it's a little bit different from what we've been experiencing, and it might be a little bit of breath of fresh air from some of the energy that's on the planet right now. Maybe things are going to ease out a little bit. What is it it's the 12th, so about 6 days from now that moon will be coming in. Pay attention to your dreams. You might be at a very intuitive level at that time. The ego is part of a karmic space that we can all fall into. But the biggest danger, a lot of times people think like of the ego as being like boasting and boastful and that kind of energy, and it can. But it's more like when spiritual people talk about the ego, they mean more saying, oh, I'm only one person, what can I do? I don't really matter. No, you are a star. So if you didn't know you're a star, you're a star. And this proves it. So it's you have your own special qualities that you bring onto the planet. And those that nobody has the same qualities in the same way that you have them. Like it's in different order, different proportions, different percentages, that kind of energy. And then we have the Scorpio energy. Scorpio at its finest is bringing in a lot of like the energy from the sacral, from this sacral chakra, from that energy. But it's also about the Scorpio energy is considered the sexual gladiator of the universe. And this is really talking about, are you going to use your charm and your ability to charm people? Because Scorpio are very charming and good with words. Are you going to elevate people and yourself, or are you going to conquer? That kind of energy. And we're saying the Chariot is coming in here with this victory and this new passion. And that means that it's on its way. And you're mature enough to handle this energy. And maybe that's why you've been waiting and you're wondering why, like, whoa, like I'm getting old now, God. And it's like, well, you took a long time to mature. That kind of energy. So there's a scotoma here. And until you can handle the kind of money that's coming in and what's going to be required of you to complete what you're doing, you might have really big plans, and you're going to need to have that maturity. And otherwise you would just end up being in this energy if you're not careful again. And we have the karmic space of anger. So when people get angry, sometimes a lot of people will use anger to motivate them, and it works, but it's not the best way because it's very acidic. And so this is talking about, it's a gift that just keeps on giving. It gets passed down. If you're angry, you teach your children to be angry, and then they teach their children to be angry. And, anger is never really, it can motivate you for short periods, but it will burn you out. And remember, we're in that fire horse energy. So if you're doing things out of anger, it's really going to come back to you, and it's not going to be so good. So the surrender, this is talking, I feel also about this energy here of paying attention to your intuition. And sometimes our ancestors, that's how they'll contact us, is in our dreams. You'll have a dream about them, but it'll be really clear, and it'll be like a weird dream, and then you'll think about it and it'll be like, whoa. You go to the computers and you look up something and whoa, there it is right there, and it's saying, hey, pay attention to your dreams, pay attention to your intuition right now. Again, it's talking about the moon energy, and especially in this eclipse energy, it can really be, our intuition is heightened. So we have the falling star, and this is talking about your heart chakra and allowing your heart to stay open despite all of the energy here. This is a big congratulations for staying, choosing to stay on your divine path rather than giving into the temptation. And this is having enough love for yourself to know you're worth more than just a coin, because a lot of times the temptation is about money. And, whenever people get into this kind of energy and you're wondering like, you just can't understand how they could do this to you. Like you just never thought that it didn't even cross your mind. And this is because follow the money. Some people will do anything for money. And then we have the Capricorn energy. Yes, it's talking about Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, and it's really deep energy, and they are the king of the pentacles, basically. They're the most mature of, and this is their element, and that's their job, is to bring in, be able to bring in their thoughts and turn that into matter and make that matter, and that's represented by the coin a lot, like really good at business and making, seeing the opportunities, and the energy of the Capricorn is the sea goat. And so it's like the front end is a goat, a mountain goat, climbing the mountain, consistent steps of action, very disciplined energy, and they're willing to make the sacrifices they have to get to their goal. And so that energy is a real strong energy. They can see the possibilities and the challenges, and they're determined and they go for it. And on their hind end, they have the dolphin tail. And so try climbing a mountain with a dolphin tail, So in its best energy, the Capricorn energy is like really beneficial for making shift happen on the planet. And it can be really used in the most wonderful ways. The problem is that this Saturn energy also rules the devil. And so it's also, the Capricorn energy is ruled by that same deep, dark energy. Like it's like you have to dig really, really deep, to be able to have the desire for having all the beautiful things in life that, like the designer, this and that, and the fancy cars and all of that. It's very tempting. And so this is what, at its finest, this is like the most responsible person on the planet, or responsible energy on the planet. And at its worst, it can be like tempted, to make shortcuts. And then we have this energy of, it requiring a lot of strength and integrity to stay foolhardy. And the thing is here is that the strength is talking about the strength within yourself to stay on this path. And when you're foolhardy, you can anticipate the journey, because like if the shit hits the fan like this, and the tower hits, and you're like, they're like, oh my gosh, they've got to cover all these bases. Like, we got to hide this, we got to hide that, we got to, burn this, now we got to get rid of the evidence. And you're just like, whatever, I haven't come into my home, checked it out, I don't care. You won't find anything here. It's that kind of energy. So yeah, it's kind of an interesting reading. It's sort of talking about the times we're in right now, for sure. There's a lot going on. Stay as calm as you can. Don't go out of your way looking to have little fights with people. There's going to be a lot of that energy out there right now, where people kind of want to, they want to get into a fight. They're in a bad mood and they want to find someone that they can kind of take it out on and that's willing to fight back kind of energy. And so don't do that. It's not the best energy with this fire horse energy coming in for this year. It's so beneficial to stay like calm and, stay in the heart space of that energy, the free spirit, the strong energy. But if you start getting impulsive and angry, ooh, it can really go wrong really far. So yeah, I think this is really good advice for all of us. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please do like and comment. Consider subscribing if you have. And I will be back with another daily reading for you tomorrow. And maybe it will be a lighthearted one. Bye for now. Oh, there we go. There goes the cat. Sorry.